52 games, 30 days, 24 teams, 12 former champions, 6 groups, 6 stadiums, 5 cities, 2 billion fans, 1 major trophy. And that's the trophy Nigeria is gunning for. Well, that's the picture of the ongoing AFCON 2023. On Saturday, the Eagles flew faster than the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, who were dominated with 2 goals. And on Friday this week, we're expecting the Eagles to fly faster and higher than the black sable antelopes of Angola that will be walking on the ground. Yes, they may be walking, but the Eagles should not be carried away by their flying prowess. So what are the lessons from Saturday's outing to be corrected as they meet the antelopes on Friday? Our sports correspondent, Ayodeji Makinde, will give us some insights as we x-ray the Super Eagles' performance on Saturday and preparations ahead of Friday. Also, on the sunny side, hope of more inflow in the bank accounts of the Nigerian worker rises as federal government sets up committee for upward review of the national minimum wage. On the dark side, crack in the sub-regional bloc ECOWAS as Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger Republic set to quit the community. Well, this is our lineup for NTA's News Panorama. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ruth Aguwele. Welcome. The military regimes in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger have announced their withdrawal from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, saying it has become a threat to member states. This is coming as the ECOWAS bloc denied receiving such a withdrawal notice. Let's hear details from Musa Baba Aliyu.
Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali were among the founding members of the regional bloc of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The regional bloc was established on 28th of May 1975 in Lagos, Nigeria. The 3 countries, Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso, were suspended from the regional bloc as a result of military takeover of power through coups. The elected civilian president was forcefully removed from office in August 2020 in Mali. In August 2022, military in Burkina Faso ousted elected government.
Je jure devant le peuple burkinabé.
And Niger's president, Mohamed Bazoum, was deposed in July 2023, and the junta said it will take 3 years to return to civilian rule.
Ce jour, 26 juillet 2023.
ECOWAS, not happy with the situation, imposed economic sanctions on the 3 countries and suspended them from the bloc.
The leaders have decided to ensure that the transition stays on course in all 3 countries. There is no exception to the return to democracy.
For you to be a member of the ECOWAS parliament, you must be elected by your people.
Not happy with the sanctions, in December 2023, the 3 countries met and decided to withdraw from an international force known as G5 that was set up to fight extremists in the Sahel region, forming their own so-called Alliance of Sahel States, AES. Following the failed negotiation over Niger and the ECOWAS, the 3 countries announced their withdrawal from the Economic Community of West African States.
Du Burkina Faso, de la République du Mali et de la République du Niger.
After 49 years, the violent people of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger observed that the ECOWAS has drifted from the ideals of its founding fathers and the spirit of Pan-Africanism.
But ECOWAS has, however, reacted to the move by the 3 member countries, saying it is not aware of the development and it has not been informed officially. The bloc in a statement said the three countries were important members of the community, and the bloc remains committed to finding a negotiated solution to the political impasse. Analysts are of the view that if the withdrawal of the three countries stand and accepted by ECOWAS, issues relating to free trade and movement of goods and services will be affected across the region. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
In other news, the federal government is set to inaugurate a 37-man tripartite committee on national minimum wage with a mandate to recommend a new national minimum wage for the country. A statement from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation says, sequel to presidential approval, the inauguration will hold on Tuesday, 30th January 2024 by 12 noon at the Council Chamber, Presidential Villa, State House, Abuja. The statement says the committee, to be chaired by Bukar Goni Aji, will draw members from the federal, state governments, the private sector, and the organized labor. The Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, has suspended work on the LMA section of the East-West Road. The minister gave the suspension order when he paid an unscheduled inspection visit to the federal government road project in Rivers State. Marian Vincent reports.
Minister of Works Dave Umahi is in Rivers State on an unscheduled inspection of federal government road projects in the state. On arrival, the minister visited the Abia State section of the Port Harcourt-Aba Expressway. From there, he moved to the LMA axis of the East-West Road, where he expressed dissatisfaction over the quality of work being executed by the contractor, which he says is evident in the use of substandard materials by the contracting firm.
We are paying for sharp sand, and we are paying very high for sharp sand. From today, you're out of the site, including you, two of you. You are not qualified to be on the site, and the job should stop. RCC management should see me in Abuja on Monday.
What you have just done here is a demonstration to sound warning to order your supervisors monitoring your job in other areas at all. By the time we come in, I think we handle it better than this way we are going about.
The minister, who later briefed members of the press, says a crucial meeting has been scheduled with the contractors handling the project. He particularly notes that the pace of work is unsatisfactory, as the federal government is determined to see to the speedy delivery of the project to ease the burden of travelers along that route. This unscheduled visit is no doubt a sign that the federal government is paying particular attention to job specification. In Port Harcourt, Marian Vincent Oko, NTA News.
Still on road infrastructure, in a bid to ensure good motorable roads and easy access routes across all federal roads in the country, the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, is undertaking road intervention to meet President Bola Tinubu's zero tolerance for potholes on the nation's highways. Oba Isen reports that the inspection team leader, Ikechukwu Nwako, who led a delegation from FEMA headquarters, stated this during the inspection of road repairs in Southeast Zone to ascertain the level of compliance and work extent done.
Connect your destination, a direct labor intervention to make roads accessible by intervening in failed portions of road across the country as various state offices embark on massive rehabilitation to ease vehicular traffic from one state to another, as well as reduce security and economic challenges occasioned by poor road network.
At the inspection, we check the quality of work. We can assure you it's of high quality. Failure is not going to come into play this time.
Federal government, FEMA in particular, maintain this road to enable them have free access, and this job can last up to 15 years.
The scope of work entails clarification, after which we did a lot of filter bed, priming, then asphalt work.
80% completion now. If we look around, we see that we first tackle concrete works.
Operation Connect Your Destination is to make sure that you can travel from here up to where we stopped without actually stopping.
They have done very well. They have done right from Obudu Road, Ikom local government. Now they are going toward Obudu. The road is clean and okay.
We are taking him because of the road
position for what he did on Abakaliki now. So we are proud of him.
Some of the roads inspected by the team include Ikomwola Obudu Federal Road in Cross River State, Abakaliki Enugu Expressway in Ebonyi State, and Umuohia Ohafia Bendi in Abia State to ascertain the level of interventions. The team also interacted with staff of the agency, charging them to brace up on the tasks before them.
In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
All right, let's take a break. We're back in a moment. Welcome back. Let's talk sports. After yet another famous victory over arch-rivals Cameroon at AFCON, there is a renewed belief that Nigeria is on the right path towards lifting a fourth AFCON title. It is possible. The 2-0 victory underlines the yearnings of football experts who opine that the group of players currently in Super Eagles camp is suitable for tactical tweaks for efficient match performance, particularly as the build-up to the quarter-final match between Nigeria and Angola intensifies.
Your captain Jaka, Africa's player of the year, Harwone, Munamoka Cheresi, Kibona Kotsi, Kibona Matomula, Kita Peneka Kuala, Motoetu. Nigeria, the Super Eagles.
With Nigeria's 2-0 win over Cameroon still fresh on everyone's mind, head coach of Nigeria's Super Eagles, Jose Pezero, says players must not be carried away as a bigger challenge lies ahead. All right, we have our sports correspondent already here with us in the studio, Ayo Deji Makinde. Ayo, sure you're excited over Saturday's win, but the game is just on because we're facing quarterfinals Angola. What are the expectations going forward?
Well, thanks, Ruth. Many Nigerians will be expecting the Super Eagles to go over the Palancras Negras of Angola. Unfortunately, it will be a renewed rivalry again, if many could remember, on the road to the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany. Angola prevented Nigeria from qualifying on head-to-head basis. This time they go head-to-head again now for a spot at the semi-final. And many Nigerians will believe with the renewed performance and vigor that we saw against Cameroon, if they can go into that match with that kind of zeal, that Angola surely will be no match. But the problem most times, complacency and the tendency of the players to underrate. Yes, they're going to come into the media space and say, we're not going to underrate the Angolan national team, but we need to see that when they take to the pitch.
Now, at this point, it's very critical, especially training we see is already ongoing. What strategy or measures, should the team devise? Because you don't want to take chances, right?
Well, I've spoken with so many football experts and coaches. If you look at the collection of players that we have in the Super Eagles at the moment, it's an embarrassment of talents. So surely there is hardly any tactical formation or tweaks that we want to have that the players would not easily adjust to. You take a look at the first match that we played against Equatorial Guinea, it was a different tactical approach.
Yeah.
We went into the match against Cote d'Ivoire, it was a different one, and of course the match against Guinea-Bissau. Now switching to 3 players at the back seemed to work against Cameroon. Now coaches will naturally tell you, you don't change your winning formation. But do you expect the Angolan national team to set up the way Cameroon set up against Nigeria? That's a big question for Jose Pezero.
Yeah.
The players right now are in the best mood of their lives. They're beating arch rivals Cameroon. Surely they would believe that Angola are beatable. And I strongly believe as a Nigerian that they are beatable. But it will now be down to the choice of players that will fit into that formation. It might be difficult to play that same 3-4-3 formation or 3-4-3 system that we played against Cameroon, against Angola, because the Angolan national team, they're made up of players relatively unknown.
Yes, and if you're looking at the tactical approach from your analysis, which players specific, do you want to see, on the team for the match between Angola?
Well, if you ask me, I want to see the same players that played for Nigeria against Cameroon to come. Yeah, because the high press of Osimhen, Ademola Lookman really worked to prevent the defenders of Cameroon from getting the ball and playing out from the back.
That was the man of the moment.
So if we really come up with that kind of set up again. There is no, nowadays, when you want to win any football match, you know, even in the Premier League and the different leagues of this world, you need to start defending up front, not until when you get the ball in the defense. So preventing the players from playing out from the back gives you an advantage of pegging them, but you also have the tendency of leaving your back open. So having this set of players play against Angola, we saw what Angola did to the Brave Warriors of Namibia in the other round of 16 encounter too. They were a man down. But they still beat Namibia also with another man down, 3-0. That shows you that they are very good at scoring goals. They've scored much better goals than Nigeria in this tournament so far. So scoring goals will not be a problem for them, which has been a challenge for the Super Eagles in the 4 matches that they've played so far.
Okay, Ayo,
Yeah.
I'm just curious. We've talked about the do's.
Yeah.
What are the don'ts you don't want to see our Eagles do?
I don't want to see any player injured. Yes.
Okay.
The team is so blessed that we've not even seen Kelechi Iheanacho in this tournament. We've not seen Ahmed Musa play in this tournament. So possibly it will be time to bring in some fresher legs. That's why you have a pool of 23 players that you took into the tournament. I would not like to see complacency. At the same time, I also want to see the coach remain focused and, of course, let some section of the media stop propagating things that do not exist in the camp of the Super Eagles. It's really going to bring division. We should just stick together as one now and believe that the Super Eagles can get to the semi-final and then the final and win the 4th AFCON title.
I like your optimism. And before I let you go, Ayo, what are your predictions? It may be too early to start predicting, but what are you foreseeing?
I foresee a very narrow win for the Super Eagles against Angola. They will be compact in defense. Yes, they're not scoring goals, but they're not conceding as well. So I foresee a narrow win for them in that particular encounter. And then we already now know that the semi-final coast will be looking clearer and that we can have a pathway into the final. But they seem to be getting better at each match that they play in this tournament.
Thank you so much, Ayo. Let's keep hope alive. We've seen the renewed vigor from the team, and the only support we can give them is prayer, encouragement, and those that could talk to them, of course, could do the right thing. Thank you so much, Ayo Deji Makinde, our sports correspondent there. We're just analyzing the upcoming match between Nigeria and Angola at the quarterfinals come this Friday. All right. Still on the AFCON victory, Nigeria's victory at the AFCON, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has congratulated the Super Eagles for progressing to the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations after defeating Cameroon by 2-0. Speaker Abbas expressed optimism that with the quality of play by the Super Eagles, the team would do the nation proud when they meet Angola in the quarterfinals. Similarly, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, says the victory of the Super Eagles has reinforced a sense of unity and patriotism among the citizenry. The Deputy Speaker called on the Super Eagles to neither retreat nor surrender in their winning streak until the trophy is lifted and brought back home. With on to other issues, the Victims Support Fund has presented scholarship grants to 190 students drawn from 9 tertiary institutions in Katsina State. Checks worth 25 million naira were given to the beneficiaries to support their educational pursuits. Awal Haliro reports.
Victims Support Fund is a presidential initiative inaugurated in 2014 to mobilize resources from government, the private sector and donor partners to support communities affected by insurgency and other terrorism in the country. These 197 students received scholarship award each.
For this scholarship, it will help us. Actually, it will help our parents.
I really appreciate it, and I'm very happy to have that opportunity.
The executive director of the Victims Support Fund said the task force, chaired by T.Y. Danjuma, developed strategies to reach out to states affected by banditry.
Education is very critical because even after the Victim Support Fund, the beneficiaries will continue to enjoy the benefits of education. So that is why we are putting in resources in education to support victims coming from very indigent families that have been displaced by terrorists.
We are sure, inshallah, that of the beneficiaries of this program, 200 years down the line, the impact will be felt.
This intervention of T.Y. Danjuma is in line with the Katsina State government program and project to support the victim of banditry in the state.
Professor Nanatanko added that the 25 million naira scholarship was part of the 250 million naira budgetary spending in Katsina State before the year 2025. In Katsina, Awal Halaru, NTA News.
Refugees and internally displaced persons affected by conflict and natural disasters everywhere in the country would be reached as part of commitment by the present administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Internal Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Tijani Aliyu Ahmed, gave the assurance while distributing humanitarian support materials to IDPs in Takum, Taraba State. Ado Adamu also reports.
Over 300 refugees taken shelter in Takum local government area after fleeing internal conflicts in the Republic of Cameroon, living under harsh conditions, together with internally displaced persons due to communal crisis in southern Taraba, were the target of the humanitarian support by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons.
When such things happen, when you are to bring assistance, you can't come empty-handed. So that's why we come with this to start, and we have seen the number of people and the number of households, so definitely more are coming.
So we should look for a piece of land where they will temporarily stay. You will rent a building for them, provide them with security, and then give them farmland where they will farm and be self-sufficient.
Be law-abiding, and then stay away from trouble. And then whatever that is given to you, just manage it.
Beneficiaries of the humanitarian support are full of praises for the kind gesture of both government and the host communities.
Thank God that Nigeria is receiving us with 2 hands.
On behalf of all the refugees, we are very, very happy.
That eating we are not getting, but today I don't get them.
Cameroonian refugees are currently spread across Usa, Takum, Bali, and Kurmi local government areas of Taraba State. In Jalingo, Ado Ademwalso, NTA News.
Federal government says its plans to create empowerment opportunities for unemployed youth and women are yielding positive results with the National Business Skills Development Initiative of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, that is SMEDAN. Husseina Musa reports that under the scheme, 55 people across Niger State have been established in various skills to become self-reliant.
Participants who were intensively trained on various vocational skills that include tailoring and fashion design, catering and laundry services were also put through personal plan and business vision, marketing strategies, assessing business finance, as well as customer care and legal regulatory issues. The overall goal is to support the medium and small enterprises in the most practical way, which is why the agency developed the National Business Skills Initiative to make them self-reliant and in turn contribute their quota to nation building.
The basic objective is to reduce unemployment. We want everybody to be self-reliant so that they will be able to create more jobs for those who are jobless outside.
In addition to this empowerment program, we are going to ensure that we put monitoring mechanism in place to make sure that their businesses expand.
Each of the beneficiaries went home with startup equipment according to their vocations.
I appreciate and thank SMEDAN for this training exercise. It will make me self-reliant. I don't need to depend on anyone. I can work on my own. I can earn my money and take care of myself and my people.
As this is provided for us now, it will help us, it will build up our life, and it will help our family.
More participants are expected to benefit in subsequent batches. In Mina, Husseina Musa, NTA News.
And that concludes Panorama. Thank you for your company. Do have a beautiful day ahead. I'm Ruth Aguela. Bye.